Good morning, you guys. It is March 1st. We have Jesus calling. When something in your life or thoughts makes you anxious, come to me and talk about it. That is a big title. That is a big phrase. That's a big thing that we all need to hear. When something in your life or thoughts, right? So basically anything, really anything in your entire existence makes you anxious, come to me and talk about it, right? God's saying if you have any form of anxiousness, if you have any form of fear, right, of the future, fear of what may happen, just come to him and talk about it. And that's everyone. So many people have anxiety, so many people have anxious thoughts, anxious feelings, anxious emotions that lie to them, that trick them, that make them do things that they shouldn't be doing, that make them go down paths that aren't the best for them, right? And then God's just saying to come to him and talk about it. It's that simple. And all these things will go away. You don't have to bear the burden alone. Thank you, Jesus. Bring me your prayer and petition with thanksgiving, saying. So now he's saying what you could come saying. He's literally giving you like an outline of how you should be praying. Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to trust you more, right? Just begin it like that every single day. You guys ever have feelings of thoughts or thoughts of anxiousness, depression, sadness, any negative emotion that isn't of God, right? Just come to him and say those things, and he's going to fill you up with the Spirit and help you, right? You cannot do it alone, and he knows that. Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to trust you more. And if you're acknowledging that you can trust him more, then you're going to retroactively trick yourself into trusting him more just by saying the words, just by sitting down, closing your eyes, and praying to something bigger than you. You're going to actively trust him more than you ever even realize, right? Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to trust you more. That is so beautiful. Though the lessons of trust that I send to you come wrapped in difficulties, the benefits far outweigh the cost. Now, God isn't saying it's going to be an easy road, right? He's not saying that you just praying this, you're just going to develop this huge sense of trust, and you're going to be super strong, and you're never going to have any problems again, right? God's saying that there is a journey to this. There's a journey to developing this mindset, right? To changing who you are, to leaving behind humanity and embracing Christ, embracing the Spirit, right? Though the lessons of the trust that I send you come wrapped in difficulties, right? These lessons of trust, the ones that are going to develop you to be better, to be less anxious, they're going to be wrapped in difficulties, right? Nothing ever comes easy. Nothing that's worth anything ever comes easy. The benefits far outweigh the cost. And God's saying that you just have to trust, right? And that's why he's saying begin the prayer with trust. You're not asking for strength, you're not asking for it to be easy, you're asking for trust. If you have that trust, then you're going to be able to do everything that you need to do and more. Well-developed trust will bring you many blessings, not the least of which is my peace. I have promised to keep you in perfect peace to the extent that you trust in me. Right? He has promised these things. He will give you perfect peace if you trust in him. That's just a fact. He's giving you that. He's promising you that. The world has it backward, teaching that peace is the result of having enough money, possessions, insurance, and security systems, right? The world, he's saying the world is completely wrong. They've completely perverted and skewed what the word peace means, right? We think peace is having comfortability, right? We think peace is everything being easy. We think peace is not having any problems. We think peace are these worldly things that we all think about when we think about peace. The world has it backwards, teaching that peace is the result of having enough money, possessions, insurance, and security systems, right? That's all comfortability. But earlier God said it's going to be difficult. Getting to peace is going to be difficult. So why is the world telling us that getting to peace is going to be comfortable? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. My peace, however, is such an all-encompassing gift that it is independent of all circumstances. It doesn't rely on something. God's peace doesn't rely on an object, on a situation, on a mindset. It doesn't rely on any of these things. It is independent of all circumstances. It is in and of itself perfect peace. Though you lose everything else, if you gain my peace, you are rich indeed. The idea of peace is having nothing and still being content, still being happy, still being loving, still having fruits of the Spirit, and still being an amazing godly person. That is true peace, right? And you don't have to give up everything to have peace. But God's saying true peace is having nothing and still being content, still being happy. Let's hear this comes from Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving present, your represents to God. And Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you. And 2 Thessalonians 3:16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace always in every way. The Lord will be with you all. That was March 1st. I love you guys. I hope you guys have something with that. I will say amen.